We'd like to begin our award ceremony with the Citation of Merit. Citation of Merit is the highest alumni award bestowed by the School of Law. With this award, we recognize the accomplishments and the service that the recipients have performed in the legal profession, for their communities, and for this law school. We have two recipients of this award. The first is presented to Bill Ohlemeyer and will be introduced by Robert Adams of the class of 1987. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody, and it's a pleasure and honor to be here. As Dean said, I graduated from the law school in 1987, and then I started working right after that at Curators and Bacon. And there I met my friend, Bill Ohlemeyer. And Bill had just finished a 2-year clerkship with Judge Scott Wright, and was already, had been working for 1 year, primarily doing tobacco work, I believe, in trying tobacco cases. Well, my dad always told me to surround yourself with great people who will make you a better person. And so after Bill started experiencing some success, I attached myself like a pilot fish to Bill Ohlemeyer because I knew this guy was a rocket and I wanted to be a part of his life. And it's probably one of the greatest decisions and one of the greatest friendships that I've had in my life. Bill, in his time at Curators and Bacon, and he was there for 13 years, working as a lawyer. It is amazing the things that Bill Ohlemeyer accomplished. He was named 1 year by the National Law Journal as one of the top 10 trial lawyers in the United States. And what was conspicuous was that of the 10 people who were on the list, there was only one person who was actually under the age of 40, and that was Bill Ohlemeyer. Everybody else were in their 50s and were senior trial lawyers. And Bill really exemplified an incredible trial lawyer. His practice and the way he approached cases reminds me of a great quote that somebody told me recently. They attributed it to Lord Byron. And the quote goes that nothing is so beautiful as the death of a great theory by a gang of facts. And that kind of reminded me of Bill Ohlemeyer. Bill was tenacious in working up huge cases. And Bill tried, I think, around 15 jury trials, and all of these cases were bet your company cases. They're the types of cases that when he would win, they wouldn't make the headlines. But if you lost, you would lose millions of dollars, and they were high-stakes tobacco cases. So Bill did that successfully for a number of years, and really it was pretty amazing that even now I have a Bill Ohlemeyer file of material that I still refer to, of closing arguments, opening arguments, different ideas that he had, because he's truly a creative person. So Bill left Curators and Bacon in, I believe it was 1999? 1999, and after that went to work for Altria. He was Assistant General Counsel at Altria and really came up with creative ideas on managing some of the highest stakes litigation in the United States. For example, and I wanted to cite this one article, it was from Corporate Counsel in 2005, and it featured Bill Ohlemeyer. And the title of the article was, "What the Billion-Dollar Man Wants from Outside Litigators," because that described the type of magnitude of the cases that Bill was handling. So Bill achieved great success at Altria, and then after that, in 2008, went out to work for Boies Schiller, where he is now a partner trying cases and doing large commercial cases. So I'm so honored to be here because really, of all the people that I've met in the practice of law, Bill really exemplifies excellence. He is excellent in everything that he does, not only the practice of law, but in other areas such as he's got a great family, He's a great cook. He's one of these guys that every time he adopts a hobby, he becomes an expert in it. So with great pleasure, I stand here and would like to present Bill with the Citation of Merit.
Robert left out the most important part of the whole story. I had every advantage you could give somebody. I had parents who supported me, especially financially. Back when tuition was $700 a semester, which was a lot of money when I went to law school. I had a wife, my wife Bridget, has always been at worst, tolerant and most of the time an enthusiastic, but always a patient supporter of my practice. I met a couple of lawyers, Pat Inning and Scott Wright, Judge Wright, who taught me you're never too young to have a good idea, and you're never too old or too busy to listen to it. I had professors here. I had Professor Fratcher, Professor Covington. I had Professor Hunvald, Professor Eckhart before they retired. I think Professor Esbeck and I had our first day of civil procedure together. And then, of course, Jim Klein and Tim Hines were people you never forget for all the reasons you all know. And then I had a great start at Shook. I mean, and a bunch of Missouri graduates, right? Bill Shin and Bob Northrup took a lot of time and paid a lot of attention to me and helped me. Gary Long, David Hardy, obviously. Lane Bauer. I mean, it was just, how could you not get off to a good start with people like that helping you? And so, like I said, I've had every advantage you can have. And you stop and you think sometimes about how you get from point A to point B. And I read something the other day that talked about law school and whether it's practical enough, and do they teach you enough practical skills in law school. And I thought to myself, I remember a little bit about administrative law, and I remember a little bit about tax, but I do know this for sure. I mean, I learned how to work hard here. I learned how to think clearly here. I learned how to express myself in a competitive but civil manner. I learned how to respect other people's opinions and their life experience and their perspectives. And if that's not practical, I don't know what else is. So I'm really pleased to be here, and I really appreciate the fact that you guys remembered me, and it's always fun to come back. Thank you.